Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000 and the greater multitude, the one third. LA bracing for major ICE enforcement raids. Okay, we already know what's happening in America, and we know what this is going to lead to. The prophesied race wars, Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30, verse 7. But Jacob's trouble is going to be everybody's trouble. All right. But Jacob is the primary target because Esau, the so-called white man, knows, as well as a heathen, know that the Israelites have dominion on the earth next forever and ever and ever. Okay. And now we come to that point where Esau is not going to give a SHIT, about your Second Amendment and all these other amendments and, freedom of speech. All that's going to go out the window. All right. And, the so-called white man who is an illegal himself, he does not belong in any kind of country on the planet Earth. This damn devil belongs in the caves. That's where he was from, Mount Seir initially. Then we pushed them as Israelites, pushed them into the Caucasus Mountains. Hence the reason they use that term. What do they classify themselves as? Caucasian. Okay, because they're from from the caves. That's where they're from. Okay, now if you want to, because Esau likes to prophesy on the left-hand side, revelation of the method and talk about what they're going to do in their movies, their songs, and commercials and cartoons and things of that nature. And he also sort of tell on themselves as well. So, watch the movie Quest for Fire. Obviously, that's touching on the tip of the iceberg, but these devils are way, way, way more nasty than that. The movie called Quest for Fire. All right, it's got that Ron Perlman in it. That Amalekite from Sons of Anarchy. Okay, he's in it. All right. Now, these Edomites are also going for the native Indians as well, the tribe of Gad, who are indigenous to the land of America, known as Asareth in the scriptures. Okay. And they've been there for a couple of thousand years. All right. I believe is after the Assyrian captivity. Because remember, Judah and Israel, the northern and southern kingdom, split after, once, we were together when King Solomon was ruling, right? And then the kingdom split after that. That's the only time last we were together, all right? And we've been into various captivities, scattered, and we were in captivity in Hamite, real African Egypt, or the Hamitic Egypt. The book of Exodus. Okay, that was us walking through the Red Sea, and now we are in captivity again in New Egypt, which is America. Hence the reason there's a pyramid on the dollar bill, the obelisks in Washington, D.C., certain terms and areas of America named after Egypt. Okay, you got New Babylon, you got Israel Hill, you got Mississippi, you've got all these New Iberia. All these sort of names give a clue because, America was meant to be the new world, but they've got a lot of names from all our former captivities. All right. And then you got the Northern Kingdom, all right, the so-called Hispanics and Native Indians, all right, that were with us in captivity during captives in African Egypt or Hamite Egypt, all right. And as you can see, if you've seen in parts of Latin America, you see the pyramids built there again, okay, because we're the same people. And obviously Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, are, very, high, all the 12 tribes are very intelligent for the most part, and connoisseurs and creators, innovators, because we got that salt. Because Jacob is the former of all things. We're the inventors. Esau just puts his face on everything, right? Their craftsmanship is immaculate. They're known for building beautiful homes and like furniture and making a house into a home, right? Not quoting a song there, just what I mean. They're making a house into a home. Okay. Now, these same Edomites, all right, are cracking down. I mean, you got these foreign immigrants from Europe, okay, these Edomites and other heathen nations. They're not really cracking down on them as a whole. They are cracking down on the people that are of color, right? But they're not going for none of the Polish or the Germans or the Dutch or or the English or the so-called British Edomites. Okay, they're going for only mainly the people of color, but specifically as a whole on a hardcore basis on uh, the Northern Kingdom, all right, which is the Latinos that are obviously they're indigenous. They were just conquered by Spaniards and given Catholicism and Spanish last names and Spanish names, all right, but they are still Northern Kingdom, so-called native, for the most part. All right, I'm not going to go into the wheat and tares right now, but they are the Israelites for the most part. All right, and then you've got the tribe of Gad that still hold on to their traditional ways and didn't really come under uh, conquistador sort of method ways. They still held on to their sort of you know this is, I'll call it tomahawk ways, right? Which is still heathenistic for the most part. Okay, so they're going for them. Why are they going for them? Because they know, right? If they're trying to eliminate all the Israelites or get them, or whatever they can do, put them in concentration camps and all that kind of thing, they know that, okay, yeah, we can get we can subdue these Israelites again, because Esau does not want to go into slavery. Esau does not want to die. They know what's coming. They may walk around with their ties on and that, you know, you know, doing their lines of coke behind closed doors, trying to put on a fake smile and trying to put on fake confidence. But they know deep down inside they're shit scared. All right, they are scared because a lot of them are seeing visions and dreams of themselves being in slavery. The Queen, the Prince Charles, when that bitch Queen was alive or whatever, if she's already dead or whatever, unless she's underground in one of the bunkers, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all that, and all the other families that are involved, the so-called elites of this world on the left-hand side, they're having visions and dreams of the prophets that they see on YouTube, the prophets of doom, the men of Great Millstone, all right, and other elect members. They see, and also they've seen the Lord, Yahushai, probably like putting them in subjection as well, so they're scared. They know what time it is. That's why they're investing so much in the Space Force. Why have a Space Force? You need a police force to police the Earth, right? So why have a Space Force? Because they think they can police the sky. They can police other realms. Okay? And then, so they're trying to get you Jakes. And what they're doing as well, because these guys, Edomites, are wiser than Daniel. They know who we are. They know who the Israelites are. They even know, for the most part, where the Israelite foreigners are, because Esau likes to keep meticulous records of everything. All right? They're big record keepers, so they know who's who. All right, but they're going for the bulk of you Israelites, because America is ground zero, is New Babylon. All right, and they're going to come down hard. Okay, and then along with that, they're drumming up this hatred online with these a whole lot of these fake YouTube channels showing these flash robberies, these other channels talking about immigration, and they're just popping out all in the last 6 to 7 months, maybe even a year or so. About immigration and the changing face of the world and all that kind of thing. But America was never yours to begin with, so-called white man. Okay, they got channels like that in the UK, but England was never yours, so-called white man. All right, if you left the world alone, do you think all these immigrants would be here in the UK as well? Damn devil, some got some nerve. Went to the other parts of the world, depleted it, and then when those people that they depleted come over here, because this is meant to be the head office, so to speak, of the so-called British Empire, the UK. Then they moan about all the people, coming in, because there's mass deportations going on both sides of the Atlantic. All right, it's happening here as well. Live, UK's Trump-style deportations and mass raids on illegal immigration. All right, UK Trump-style. Let's go here first. Because they know who you are. They're going to come for you hard. Okay, this is going to lead to the race wars. Okay, then a lot of people are hating on Trump, calling him a traitor and all that kind of thing. When he's at the Super Bowl walking through, people shouting out slogans, this and that and the third. People hate this motherfucker now. He don't care because he knows what he's doing, because he's just a puppet, right? And then you got movies coming out. I think there's a movie called The Order about a white separatist, an Edomite separatist group trying to take down the government. And we've already seen videos of these Edomites wearing masks and black flags, right? A black flag, by the way, with swastikas. And by the way, the swastika is from a Hindu symbol. Esau doesn't have anything, all right? They use symbols from ancient Elam and other nations for their own purpose. A swastika is a Hindu symbol. Okay, let's go to see what a black flag means. A black flag with a swastika meaning. A black flag with a swastika was the Nazi Party's flag, which was used as the national flag of Germany from 1935. The swastika was a symbol of Aryan race and anti-Semitism. Now, number one, Aryan is a very common name in India. All right, and the Aryans are Persian people. They're Elam. They're brown people. So I don't know where they get this Aryan nation shit from. These Edomites, man, trying to take on other people's nationality. All right, I don't want to go all over the place right now. Let's go for what the black flag means. But those of you that know, have seen it. Okay, black flag meaning in America. The black American flag has historically been used to symbolize defiance, resistance, and a willingness to fight to the death. It's not officially recognized symbol of the United States. Okay, it was just a plain black flag. Plain black flag in America meaning. Okay. A plain black flag in the United States has multiple meanings, including a willingness to fight to the death, a symbol of piracy, or a symbol of protest. And we've seen a lot of Edomites, even former soldiers. I saw a video this morning on GMS Inspiration Channel. The brothers from the West Coast. Elder made or brother made a video. I don't know. Or Elder made a video, right? Showing that a lot of Edomites that are former soldiers are protesting as well. So, this all is like basically internal turmoil. And Esau, the so-called white man, when things don't go their way, and when things don't go according to the lifestyle that they grew up on, especially Edomites are in their 50s and 60s, and they remember, sitting at home on a weekday night or on a weekend watching Happy Days and seeing Richie Cunningham, running the house with a basketball, and Joni, come in with a cheerleader outfit, and Marion in the kitchen cooking dinner for Howard Cunningham coming from his hardware store, whatever, watching All in the Family and all that kind of stuff, and all these things are taken away, and having a man can have a job and look after a family and have 2 cars and a home, kind of like the show The Wonder Years. If you remember The Wonder Years from back in the early, I think when was it, the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, that kind of lifestyle, when they don't have that anymore, and they're going to blame somebody. They're going to blame, the person that looks different to them, they're going to blame, they're going to blame. And now, even the so-called white man, Satan's casting out Satan, is blaming their own people. But what I'm trying to get at, which was the main part of the video, was that Esau, the so-called white man, knows the curses that are upon our people, and we've been divided up according to this black-white bullshit. All right. And some of you Hispanics are classified as white, even though some of you are brown or high yellow, whatever. You Latinos and Gadites, you Northern Kingdom, but they divided you up when you were the same people. You're the 12 tribes, and you've got these terms that were created in the 1600s. You weren't called, so-called Negroes, you Judites in the Southern Kingdom weren't called black, even Malcolm X, it shows you're not termed black, and I hate that term black. And Edomites, so-called white man, is not white; they're pink, like a pig. They're red, It's going to go into scripture right now. Where are we? Because Esau is very wise. They use the curses that are on you, pursuant to Psalms 83. All right, because you've got a lot of black women and a lot of so-called Judites, Southern Kingdom, right, that are telling the police and bounty hunters and ICE, the immigration guys, that there's some Hispanics over there, there's some Hispanics over there, there's some native, whatever, native Indians over there. I'll help you, I'll help you, I'll help you. So basically, there's a saying, an enemy of an enemy is a friend, right? So the way Esau is using you Jakes, they're pretending to be your friend, but really you're their enemy. They're saying, okay, let's get these ninjas to get these other these Spanish and Tomahawk ninjas, get them, and then afterwards, once we raid all the Northern Kingdom, because the Northern Kingdom, which is a so-called Hispanics and Native Indians, are the bulk, because they're 9 tribes. They're huge, humongous. Right? Let's get them, round them up, and then afterwards, once you rounded them up, let's get these other ninjas, these so-called Negroes and West Indians and Haitians. They're going to come for you too. They're going for the indigenous that were on the land, the so-called Native Indians. You think you so-called African Americans that have been in America for 400 to 500 years, that you're immune? They're not going to come for you? Have you forgotten the atrocities the so-called white man has put upon you? Yeah, they know the curses, man. That's why they use it against you. But you ninjas are going to learn the hard way. Ezekiel 28, verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. And they're definitely wiser than Daniel. They do a diligent search. All right. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. All right. And that's how Esau has acquired, their wealth as well. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, that hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Okay, so the scriptures are manifold, but you can use these scriptures, this, especially thou art wiser than Daniel, because Esau, the so-called white man, is wiser than Daniel. They got their German scientists as Temanites, or Edomites also. They make the best vehicles and this, that, and the third, and technology-wise, and they got from World War II. After World War II, those scientists, a lot of them that were left Germany, were recruited by America, man. They know what time it is. And Esau, the so-called white man, likes to keep meticulous records of who everybody is. All right. So they're wise. They know who you are. You think they don't know who you are, Jake? Let's go to Psalms 83. Psalm 83. Keep not thou silence, O Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yashai. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yashai. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and a tumult is a trap and a snare to trip you up and catch you. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay, they've done that through the food, the music, the gangster rap, relabeling you, black, Hispanic, Native Indian, putting drugs in your community, liquor stores in the community. And liquor is not wicked. What they've done is probably put some other chemicals within that liquor as well, and the beer. Hence the reason why certain beers and liquors are sold in so-called hoods or the West Coast or whatever. Like those 40 ounce, you never heard about Edom. I say, yeah, I'm going to go and get a 40 from around the corner. They never say that shit. You always hear that, back in the day, in the 90s, when you used to listen, like Easy E and all that, it was usually a West Coast thing or whatever, And I'm just touching on the tip of the iceberg, and all these sort of like burger joints or whatever, and all these gooks and these heathens that are in your neighborhoods that are making money off you jakes. And the food that they're giving you is tainted. All right? You don't know what's in that, but you guys just are blundered up and high and eat that shit. You just don't know what's in it. Okay, and then all the demonic energy that's put in this music as well, which is consistently pumped out to you, jakes, to make your mind into mush. Right? And then on top of that, you've got this wacky-tacky Christian church, the so-called white man, that image of the so-called white man, a white so-called white God and a so-called white Messiah, bombarded into your mind, and you hate yourselves, and you think, okay, everything that's so-called pale or Caucasian looking is okay to be protected and to be reverenced, but your own people, let's just kill each other. That's what rappers promote, that shit. I kill a ninja, I cut a ninja, all that kind of shit. Rappers like 50 Cent, is a perfect example. All they ever talk about is deleting each other. And you Bloods and Crips and your Norteños and Sereños and all that. All you do is delete each other. But a so-called white man's going to come down hard on you, the so-called white man, and heathen nations too. But a so-called white man who's numero uno is going to come at you. But you guys ain't doing nothing against them. Like Elder Bishop Benatazak says, man, ninjas' guns are only good for other ninjas, man. You let crackers walk through your neighborhood unharmed, but let a Jake come from Pennsylvania into New York to see family, and let him walk through. You're going to try and see, hey, where you from? Where you from? All that kind of shit, They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. All right? They're all confederate, they all come together. The tabernacles of Edom, all right, so-called white man, the Arabs, the Ishmaelites, Moab, the Chinese, and the Hagarenes, Hamites. Verse 7, Jabal, Ammon, all right, more Hamites, Japanese, Amalek, which is the hook-nosed bagel eaters, small hats, the Philistines, the Hamites, but then the people that are in Palestine today aren't the original people. Those are just Arabs. All right, the Philistines with inhabitants of Tyre, more Hamites. All right, Asur is also is adjoined with them. They have Holpen, the children of Lot, Selah. All right, so they have planned this, man. This is all done by design. But a lot of you Jakes don't want to believe. You don't want to believe, you know. And then they use the curses pursuant to Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. All right, they use that because they do a diligent search. They know who you are. That's why they make all these spiritual power movies. Use names like Kal-El in like for Superman, which is a Hebrew name. That's why that devil Christopher Reeve died a horrible death. He was a paraplegic, damn near 20 years after making that movie. Less than 20 years after, I believe in 95, was it late 80, whatever, man. He was a paraplegic after making that movie because he's an Edomite, calling himself all powerful when he's not even the children, not even one of the sons of Israel. All right, George Reeves, the Superman in the 50s, he killed himself because the Lord put demons on him. You know, that's why they had such a tragic death. You know? And Kalel's a Hebrew name. Jarrell's a Hebrew name. Okay? They're wearing the mantle, the cape. That's a Hebrew custom. You know? They let you know. All right? They know who we are, man. Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. Okay, black on black, Hispanic on Hispanic, native on native, Hispanic on native, native on Hispanic, black on Hispanic, Hispanic on black, so-called black. I'm just using the worldly terms. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, not against a so-called white man, but your own. All right, and toward the wife of his bosom. All right, your so-called girlfriend or wife or whatever. Okay, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. All right. And also, there's a divide between the man and the woman, where Esau, the so-called white man, has created that divide by giving all the resources and all the carnal blessings of this kingdom to the woman, where the woman is earning more, the woman is put on a higher pedestal. You know, the woman, you know, like Jake could be working as a dust, you know, picking up trash, and there's nothing wrong as long as you earn your daily bread lawfully. Nothing wrong with that. And this woman could be like damn near a CEO, you know, and then they'll probably end up leaving, you know. And then on top of that, most women are wicked anyway. Hence the reason why Jake leaves his children. Jake loves his children for the most part, but Jake would leave. So you know, this is how they've created that divide. Okay, Jake hating on Jake. Like when I say Jake, I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, and natives hating on Jake. All right, and obviously, when you don't know who each other is, you're going to hate on your own. I'm sorry, when you don't know who each other, who, you know, when you go just by how you look on the outside, you're going to hate. Oh yeah, they're the spics, or they're just ninjas. Oh, I hate them. You know, the curses. You know, and what do? They use those curses against you. They're using you, Jakes, you Southern Kingdom, to get to round up the Northern Kingdom. All right, they're using, you know, Esau's helping too, but I'm just saying they're using you, Jakes, as well. All right, because they want to get the Southern Kingdom, because the Southern Kingdom, man, they're huge. All right. Where are we? Where's that video going? There we go. I'm just going to play it.
Fired up by threats of mass deportation and a new ICE operation potentially scheduled for Los Angeles, anti-ICE protesters are marching on downtown LA tonight.
The demonstration is being monitored by the LAPD from the air and on the ground, where Rachel Menitoff is standing by live with the very latest on what we can expect. Rachel?
Chair Micah, well, since taking office, President Trump has acted on his promise to conduct wide-scale deportations in all major cities, and LA seems to be next. We've been watching over the last couple of weeks as students have been demonstrating against his immigration plans, and nonprofits have been working with their clients to ensure people know their rights in the event that an ICE officer shows up at their door.
Los Angeles is a Spanish name. Yeah, but you got crackers living in the West Coast saying that, oh yeah, you Spics should not speak Spanish. Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, you know, names is, Los Angeles, West Coast, California, Texas, that's all Mexico. All right, that belongs to Issachar. Then the rest of America belongs to the other Northern Kingdom tribes, including the Native Indians, so Gadites, Reubenites, you know.
Over the last 2 weeks, hundreds of
These crackers have been saying, "Oh, it's going to be the biggest brown roundup, biggest brown roundup. They're going to round up all the brown people."
Los Angeles students have been taking to the streets protesting against President Trump's promise of mass deportations and what they say is unjust targeting of immigrant communities. New reporting from the LA Times indicates that Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE officers, will soon be turning their attention to Los Angeles in what the article describes as large-scale raids.
The last Purge movie, I believe, when did it come out? 2018 or 2019? Where, Esau hits Staten Island, the projects and that. And who were they talking about in the movie? To purge, you so-called blacks and Hispanics. And who was a target of that purge by the Edomites? You so-called blacks and Hispanics. All right, you tribes need to come together. You tribes will. But a lot of you are going to get deleted. The Lord hates you MFers, man. All right? You're going to find that in due time.
We're seeing workers not reporting to work, and we're seeing students too afraid to show up to school. I think they're heading towards Mariachi.
This is a two-way street, because you got Northern Kingdom, the so-called Hispanics and natives, and Judah's involved as well. Basically the Israelites hold up America on its shoulders in every single way, financially, entertainment-wise, style-wise, music-wise, all that kind of stuff, invention-wise. Now, but in terms of the core workers, what you call your jobs like carpentry, building, picking up the trash, jobs that Esau, the so-called white man, doesn't want to do because they're just used to stealing and taking, right? It's the so-called Hispanics and natives that do that. So obviously, this is people ain't turning up for work. What's going to happen? The infrastructure is going to fall even further. So those holes in those roads are going to get bigger. All right, and then you got, Esau wants them to go. Okay, they'll go, but what's going to, for the most part. But then what's going to happen to you so-called white people, man? All right, who's going to clean your bathrooms and your houses and all that? But that's fine. But this needs to happen for this hell to break loose. Jeremiah 30 verse 7 is Jacob's trouble.
Henry Perez is with a local nonprofit and is helping to facilitate peaceful student demonstrations in downtown LA.
It's unfortunate that the Trump administration is willing to do that, impact the economy, impact the education of our community, with these largely publicized raids.
Outside of the White House Tuesday, reporters asked the president's border czar, Tom Homan, about the status of ICE raids in major cities like Chicago, Denver, and now for the first time, Los Angeles. Up until now, the raids have only targeted undocumented immigrants with criminal backgrounds.
3 times higher is good. The numbers are good. For me, not good enough. We gotta get more.
Despite pushback on the local and national level,
these crackers arrest themselves, these Edomites, man. They're the biggest criminals on the planet Earth. They do all the crimes in the world, and they just cover that up with some, it's like shit, covering shit with sugar. Then they just say, oh yeah, we're so holier than thou.
Times reports that ICE agents will lead an operation which will focus on those without legal status in the U.S. and those people with pending orders of removal. And because the raid is expected to be very large, FBI and DEA agents have also been called in. The League of Latin American Citizens, or LULAC, says they were expecting this. They just didn't know what the timeline would be.
You have the right to an attorney! Don't sign anything!
We've seen reports across the nation that people who know their rights are actually a lot better off when it comes to these circumstances. ICE agents would more than likely leave them alone after an interaction.
And the LA Archdiocese today sent out a statement calling for a bipartisan immigration policy and reaffirmed the church's commitment to those migrants who might be impacted by the upcoming ICE raids. The official who spoke to the LA Times anonymously didn't give a specific time frame for the ICE activity, just saying that it will happen by the end of the month. That's the very latest from downtown LA. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Share Micah, back to you.
There you go. When does this come out? 6 hours ago. Excuse me. Where's the one from? All right, now this one's focusing on, because the UK has got Latin hoods as well, which is, I believe, Elephant and Castle, which is a part of London. I think that's part of Elephant and Castle. Which part of London is Elephant and Castle at? It is Southwark, and Southwark is South London. Okay? Kind of like a big hub for the Latinos and the West Indians and the Nigerian Jakes. All right. Then you've got Israelite foreigners in the West, as well as Elam. And Elam is scattered everywhere. They're huge here as well. So, they're getting caught up in it. I mean, we know about the Israelite foreigners. They're amongst them, so everyone's going to get caught up. But they're going, they're trying to, shake shit up, Okay. And obviously what they're trying to do as well is trying to create that divide and that race war and that hatred. And if you look at most of the channels, they're talking about Landanistan and this, that, and the third. And, when Esau stole from these people in the first place, right? And built up their empire. Now Esau's empire is crumbling. Now they're looking for someone to blame, And so this is just going to be leading to Jeremiah 30 verse 7. All right. Let's just go to Jeremiah 30 verse 7 quickly before I play that video. Jeremiah 30 verse 7 KJV. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The elect are going to be saved out of it, no matter what they look like, no matter where they are. All right. Okay, but this is affecting especially America, which is going to be hardcore, but then related to Babylon is England. It's going to happen here too, Australia, all the sort of like white so-called Edomite strongholds, America, England, Australia, Canada. These things are going to happen everywhere, man. All right. Let's go to... but you tribes will come back together. All right. This is what you're going to call like a wake-up call. It's like, when someone's doing something wrong, what do? And it's something real serious and severe, you might slap them across the face just to say, oi, I'm going to get your attention. And Yahweh Shemashah is going to get your attention even in a more of a severe way. All right. And this is going to be Jacob's trouble, which is going to be off the chain. Isaiah 11 and 13. The envy also of Ephraim, which is the northern kingdom, the head tribe, shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah, the head of the southern kingdom, shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. All right, so that shit's going to depart soon, man. All right, we're going to become one stick again, pursuant to Ezekiel 37, which is, a physical version of that would be the 12 tribes chart. All right. Okay, read that one. All right. Oh yeah, let's go to King James. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Where were we oppressed together? First in the first Exodus, which was in African Egypt, and now we're oppressed together again. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. All right. All right. They don't want to let you go because you are, they want to keep you in subjection because they know if they let you go, I'll say, yeah, you know what, put all these Israelites all these Hispanics and these blacks, put them on a ship and send them to Africa or send them to another part of the world. They know that you're going to be successful, and their rulership is going to be, basically they know that you're going to get rulership next. Okay, but obviously that's not going to happen in terms of like us Israelites having a carnal rulership like the so-called white man. We're going to have the kingdom of heaven. But Esau's mind, in his carnal mind, that okay, we can't let them go. We got to delete them, period, because we got to eliminate every kind of trace of an Israelite. Otherwise, if we don't, we won't get our blessing back. Because remember, Esau sold his blessing for a morsel of meat. All right. But that was all done in the spirit anyway. It wasn't meant for Esau anyway. Okay. Because if the kingdom of heaven is righteousness, the so-called white man isn't righteous. Esau isn't righteous. It's not for them anyway. All right. So hence the reason why they want to come at you so hard, man. Let's just play this video. It's happening both sides. Yeah, and this has come out. Was it today? Today's the 12th, right? Yeah.
Are not just an American spectacle anymore. Last week, we told you about Saudi's war on illegal migrants, and today's story is about the United Kingdom. The UK's Labour government has taken a page straight from Trump's playbook. This operation is being called the UK-wide Blitz, and staying true to its name, London has launched a blitz of mass raids across the country. The latest in this series of operations targeted Indian restaurants, convenience stores, and nail bars. Many of these places are where migrant workers are employed. For the first time, officials have released a video which purportedly shows these deportation processes. So the Trump-style immigration measures are now a British reality. The message is not just to tell people about it, but to make sure everyone sees it with their eyes wide open. It's about sending a message to undocumented migrants that the UK's enforcement teams are coming for them. Yesterday, the UK's Home Office released this footage. The clip depicts individuals being escorted by some officers. A high-visibility vest worn by an officer reads Immigration Enforcement. As the video proceeds, it shows some individuals restrained. One man is shown boarding an airplane with his hands shackled. The final shots show the jet taking off. It's a scare tactic. This is Prime Minister Keir Starmer's attempt to show his government is not weak on border control. The optics are to reassure voters who may feel nothing is being done about out-of-control immigration. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, is actively participating in these activities. Reports say she is even expected to join some of the raids herself.
Rules really need to be respected and enforced for the asylum and immigration system to work. That's why since the election, we have been increasing returns, so 19,000 people who have no right to be in the UK have now been returned, and also increasing the illegal working raids and going after the employers who are exploiting migrant workers. This is about making sure that there's proper fairness, proper enforcement in the system, and proper respect for the rules as well.
Subsequent tweets by the UK Home Office boast of the record numbers of enforcement operations. In January alone, the Home Office made 828 raids, a 48% increase from January last year. The number of arrests made during these raids was 609.
All right, I'm going to leave it there. So, yeah, Esau is shaking shit up. All right. And obviously, with people being taken back to their lands, wherever they're from, this is making a lot of people nervous that are born and raised here as well. And it's going to make Esau bold, because you've seen videos online of Esau drunk, hurling abuse on trains at women of color and things like that. And mind you, they're only doing it at women. They're not really saying it to a big, strong, tall Jake or whatever, or a Nigerian or a West Indian, because they're coming for pretty much everyone. Because they've been deporting a lot of West Indians back, as well. I made a video on that. So that boldness through the liquor is going to get, to a point where it's going to lead to violence. All right. And it's going to get to that level because, you see Esau on the trains in London, they look pissed off, especially the older ones. Because they remember London in the 80s, how it used to be. There used to be more of them, their people around. Now you go to London, I even go there, I think, what the fuck? What's going on here? It's like, where's Esau at? it's crazy. You still see him around, but there's a lot more Polish and Russians and Edomites from South Africa and all that. But London is like, yeah, man, it's very brown. Put it that way. Okay, so it's happening both sides of the Atlantic, man. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. All right, so it's only going to lead to more stress and turmoil on the system, and it's going to affect each country, economically. It's going to affect also their general infrastructure, and it's also, going to please the people that claim themselves to be indigenous, the so-called white man, which they're not, the Edomites. It's going to please them, and it's going to make them more bold, and they're going to still come down on the individuals that are born and raised here, that actually work and pay taxes. So it's going to lead to the race war as well. Okay, because when things don't go the so-called white man's ways, they're always looking for someone to blame. They really need to look at themselves and their own historic past, because every action there's a reaction. Okay, you can't fuck the whole world up and turn everything upside down and then say, oh, your countries are shithole countries. Who made them into shithole countries? The so-called white man did. All right? And then those people, which are part of the British Empire, and their countries were called British India and British Jamaica or whatever back in the day, and other parts of the world, because, the UK had 120 provinces or, lands they ruled over. Those people, moved around the British Empire like they should, because it's part of the British Empire, right? But now those people coming here is an issue for the so-called white man, and because the biggest criminal acts done in these areas is by the so-called white man, even though there's a whole lot of brown population everywhere. It's always them. Who are these homeless motherfuckers in the streets? Esau. You don't see any black and brown people. Ultimately, it's going to lead to the destruction and degradation of the society, which is what we want. We want this race war to pop off, the financial infrastructure to crash, and this is what it's all going to lead to. All right? All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakodash.